Let's begin with a common question for all the panelists. Given that each of you represent a different segment and each of your industries is leveraging technology differently, how is digital transformation influencing procurement strategies around efficiency, sustainability, and cost management? I think let's start with Mr. Ando Sebastian.
Yes, yeah. This is very much important because, as I mentioned it during my presentation, before it was like procurement when it happening, procurement based on a pre-order point concept. It's like a Kanban system. Like once the material consumed, then we are setting a reorder point and we reordering the material. That would happening. Another concept was accumulating details, like from the preventive maintenance team, from the purchase team, and all other inter-department. We collectively gather the details, then we executing the purchase operations. That was happening during the past days. But now we can predict the purchase. Like we can lean the purchase similar time. Like during we have real time data gathering options, and we can use the same for the artificial intelligence, and we can collaborate it together to analyze how much we required and when it required, and we can predict that requirement also. So in our context, like what we explained, like we are into manufacturing of screening panels, shoot or hopper liners, conveyor cleaning scrappers, so that wear patterns are predictable. With these kind of tools we can monitor, we can pass the real-time information, then the procurement will be smart procurement. Otherwise it will be like once we end up in a one standstill condition, then we have to solve the issue. That's very difficult, and using these technologies we can predict the procurement. That's what I can say.
Thank you, Mr. Ando. Let's move to Martino. So, can we have your take, Mr. Martino?
Yeah, this question may be not relevant exactly to me, but what I can add into this said, we are world number one as well as we are in India number one. So we take the initiative to guide and also to hand holding all of this technology to put together. As Dr. Manjunatha has rightly said, that yes, these technologies are required for the future grids. Whatever you do on this platform is very nice, because this is a stepping stone for the further future generation to come. And we have been putting a lot of efforts so that we train to these technologies. They are, why we are doing it, we are 10 to 15 years ahead, because our presence is everywhere in the world. So we know whatever the things are happening in other part of the world, we can bring the same technology in India, because India is a main hub for us now. And all these changes are coming as far as you say the aggregates, the bitumen, the fuel, and unfortunately we import this all this fuel, bitumen. We don't have anything of our own, so we are putting a lot of efforts to safeguard this and to recycle economy on this. Yes, Mahesh.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that insight. Mr. Pankaj, can we have your take?
If I may just, quickly talk about how digital transformation have enabled quick procurement. We never heard, the timeline which was given for constructing a bridge or any infrastructure projects. The is getting shortened every year on year. I think digital transformation is one of the main reasons. We have seen, marvels being created in 3 to 4 years' time, which would take almost 8 to 10 years. This is only happening because we are being able to predict, estimate better the requirement. It might be in any of the, I'm not just talking about scaffolding, I'm talking about the steel requirement, I'm talking about concrete requirement. So I think digital transformation has been very instrumental. And in today's time, we nobody waits for growth. People are running after growth. They need growth today. The vision we are talking about 2027, 2032. We are talking about 2 years or 5 years vision. So I think we are only being able to talk about it because we are experiencing a huge transformation, you know, in the way we work, the way we are constructing. So I think digital is nothing but a backbone. I don't think we'll be able to operate without being digital in the months or years to come. That's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Manjunatha, you want to add something to this?
Yeah, like nicely spoken by all the panelists. Would like to put it one like, okay, when I went to a village recently, I was challenging my wife, okay, I'll be very happy if I'm able to make my payment to purchase a small fruit digitally. So I was challenging her. I went and saw, and there was a digital payment mechanism there to purchase a small fruit there. I was so happy. And India is leading the world, not even the Western economies. And nobody is able to challenge Indian digital revolution. So that way, India should also adopt in the construction space, procurement space, and snow should not be firefighting. So we should be having all the raw materials available at the site well in advance. Well, let us say 3 to 4 days in advance, not immediately within 24 hours. So we need to have a proper planning, proper schedule. BIM is there now to advance the technologies. Like you can have real-time data where I am there, what was the schedule, and where I am there. So using technology, using material science, using innovations, we need to adopt. Already I've shown in my presentation how the futuristic construction will look like using 3D printing innovations. You have to shorten the construction time, and at the same time, you have to make it economical, sustainable, and durable. This is my closing remarks.
Just
Thank
to
you,
add
sir.
in,
Yeah,
just to
sure,
add in
sure.
my sorry to jump in. What I could say on digital transformation is that what we have done in our all plants. See, these are the huge plants. So if something go wrong, then we have to send our engineers. But now we are in such a state that by sitting in Bombay in my office here, right now where I'm giving presentation, I can see all the 3,000 plants running in India. I can find out what is wrong with them, if they consume any excess bitumen, if they consume any excess aggregate, if they consume any excess cement. We can come to know by sitting here why this is happening and what can be the remedy out of it. Also, they
Really
can take,
amazing.
yeah, they can take
Really very
all,
nice.
also they can take all the support from us. We can see day production. If there's any problem with the plant, we can sit here and guide them and repair it if this is a software. If it is a mechanical problem, we can guide them how to get it done. So there's no problem with the communication. And I'm talking about, especially in the remote villages in Northeast or in Pakistan border or China border, where we have our plants and we are constructing road over there. We can reach out to them very easily by sitting in Bombay or in our factory in Ahmedabad. We have this full support system so that we can do any changes. And of course, if they don't pay us, we can stop their plant also.
Thank
That's
you,
all
sir.
from my side.
Even I also want to add a point. Okay. Let's go to individual question. My first question is for Mr. Pankaj Sharma. How is digitalization redefining scaffolding management from design validation to on-site safety monitoring?
Uh, Mahesh, I think I pretty much covered it in my presentation with regards to the safety aspect of scaffolding. There, though we have not been able to implement it, but we have seen it at few places where companies are, you know, not spending much. I think the cost of these, uh, the technology I'm talking about, sensors, it's not very expensive. I mean, it is not even 0.1% of the cost of scaffolding, but they play a very vital role. And yeah, for example, if you are getting on a tool at your house and it gives you a sensor, all right, you are getting up, that's fine, green. The moment you pick up your son together with you, it gives you a red signal. So, it's not unsafe. If that starts happening at every construction site, uh, we know, how I think the scaffolding accidents can be avoided like crazy. Scaffolding accidents are happening. We are a growing economy, too much infrastructure happening around us. We are in too much haste to build that infrastructure, to have that bullet train running in Ahmedabad, Mumbai corridor, to have this corridor expressway running. We are in too much haste. If I think if the sensors are in place, I think safety can say, I think we can be 99.9% safe in terms of all our infrastructure happening around us. I think that's playing a very vital role, though the implementation is very, very slow. But I'm sure in the next few years, we'll see most of these infrastructure sites will have these sensors in place. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that practical wisdom. Uh, Mr. Martino, how can recycling technologies and low temperature asphalt production align with India's sustainable infrastructure goals?
Recently, I was giving one presentation in Kathmandu, and I was telling them in future to come, if you really want to see good mountains, there will be hardly left in India. We have to come to Nepal. And why I said that was because we are blasting away our mountains for aggregates like anything. And then there's a lot of weather change. Places where there is definitely where it was raining, there are no rain because of the wind direction. So recycling is very, very important. As they say, in olden days, to see a tiger, we used to take our children to the zoo. Now, in hardly anything left in the zoo. So we have to see them in the books. The same way we have to see mountains in the books now. Otherwise, we are at what rate we are blasting the mountains? If we don't do that, then if we don't do recycling, then we cannot save these mountains. So that is what we are putting a lot of efforts, not only about selling plant, but selling the knowledge why we have to do that. It's very, very important. And also same time we have to save the energy. So we go after recycling, and then we go after warm mix technology also, combining so that there's a renewable energy coming in place. That's it, Mahesh.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that insightful response. Mr. Anto, how does predictive wear analytics enhance procurement forecasting and inventory management in mining sector?
Yes, and in mining sector,
Yes.
material handling is very much important because in those kind of process industries, there are a lot of conveyors involved as well as a lot of hoppers involved, and carry point solutions are very much critical. But initially, as again, I'm coming to Pankaj's point. Like these sensors are considerably negligible in cost when we comparing to the cost of the entire project and the process what they do. But initial capital in I'm not just generalizing thing, but in our country, most of the people are well skeptical about the initial cost. But the cost we can save by implementing these kind of sensors and all, that will make a huge impact. That's why we can assess all the things. If just imagine an ultrasonic sound sensor, if we fit inside a structural, or if we fit inside a component, dynamic component, it will give the alert that something going wrong. Before the breakdown happens, we getting that alerts something going wrong. You have to check there, then you can control the situation. So there comes the predictive procurement. So you got the alert that going in a wrong direction. Similar line, like an thickness sensor. So the liner going wear and tear day by day. Maybe sometimes these wear patterns are unpredictable, manually unpredictable. But with these sensors and artificial intelligence, it can patternize these wears. So it can just reflect this we are going in this manner, so you required another liner by this time. So it can be integrated to any of the platforms, ERP platforms at the moment we are using. Almost they are ready to absorb this technology, like system and process, SAP, or Soho, or other ERPs, other beautiful ERPs what we all be using. They are ready to absorb these modules at the moment. Our job only to invest a little amount on this kind of capital, then we can save our time, as well as we can relax a lot, especially for the small and as well as big business owners. They can exit from the day-to-day business activities, I mean day-to-day process involvement, because it's giving you, as Martino ji said before, he can monitor entire plants operating in the country sitting in his office. Like that, we can monitor the thing, we can suggest what the modification required, what the procurement activities required. That's why we can exit from that kind of process, and we can use our time more on developing the business.
So it's that's way it's very much useful. So that's my thing. Yes.
Thank you, sir, for breaking it down so clearly. My next question is for Dr. What key policy or market shifts are driving the adoption of green building materials in India?
Yeah, very good question. Now there's a policy framework that all the government building should also go for a LEED certification, and India is leading in the LEED certification and the green building footprint. There is also carbon trading mechanism and also working on reducing the carbon footprint in the construction sector as well as in the manufacturing sector. Various systems are coming in place in cement manufacturing, steel manufacturing, using green hydrogen, using renewable energy, using waste heat recovery system, carbon capture. So there are many innovative ways of reducing the carbon footprint, and policy makers, policy decision makers, they're also working very hard, especially the architects, the government agencies. They are now approving and specifying green products in their specification so that these products are utilized in the construction space, and make it really sustainable. More and more projects are going for green certification, Griha certification. So, looking forward, we can say that by another 10 to 15 years, more and more new materials also are going to come. Innovative materials which are going for high strength, high durable, high performance concretes. Using technology, using raw materials, using chemicals, we can really develop new products, new construction techniques. With that, overall, we can achieve the sustainability and reduce carbon footprint and also move towards net zero solutions.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that spot on insight. As we wrap up, one final question for all the panelists. If you had to give one key recommendation to procurement leaders in mining, construction, and infrastructure, preparing for tech-driven transformation, what would it be? Yeah.
Yeah. So what we do is we have modules in our plants actually for the procurement people. They are inbuilt modules. It will give you exact data. What is the consumption done of, for example, aggregate or bitumen or cement in a day or in a month or in a week, and it goes directly to ERP through their purchase department, so that they can procure or they can plan well in advance. That is for the raw material. Then we have our modules for the maintenance part of it. Same, the data it goes to their workshop, who's maintaining the whole plant and machinery. It shows them the liners. I think Mr. Sharma was mentioning something about the liners and all those things, how they can take it. So we give the model where the life of the liners, the life of the bearings, the life of the gearbox, so that the procurement can well in advance take care of these things, so that there is no breakdown of the plant and machinery. We have these various modules, same with the power. These models I inbuilt in our plants. Maybe sometimes customer don't buy them because it's costing a little bit of money, but they should buy these modules so that they can plan well in advance the requirement into plant and machinery. That's all from my side, Mahesh.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Mr. Anto?
Yeah, I would like to add the same thing. Just accept the initial cost. Like we need to invest a little amount so it can relieve a lot of pain in the future. And the second thing, you don't need to be that kind of expert in the industry. You can take the peripheral things, but now you have a companion, like a friend sitting with a multiple of IQ than you. It's like any AI tool you are using. That's like a person with a lot of IQ. You can just compare like that. So you just we cooperate with the manufacturers like us, like just before now we told, make the feedbacks proper, so we can integrate it to our cloud system, our IoT system, so we can make it two-way integration, like a loop we can make. Otherwise, if misguided by the data, this data will be misguided into some assumption. Again, this assumption will end up in some different product development solution making. So instead of that, be transparent on data, so we can mutually build a new system. So if any country can accept and lead by the technology, yes, in India we can do that. There is nothing like that. These things won't work here. It will work here definitely. So anyway, thank you. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Pankaj Sharma, what will be your insight on this?
Uh, Two quick things which I want all the people, who are into procurement. Firstly, start maintaining data, be it the minutest of things, be it the bigger things you're talking about. You're taking it on rent, you're purchasing it, do that cost analysis. That's very, very important. Secondly, in this digital age, it is very easy to visit someone factory in Mumbai sitting in Calcutta, through a WhatsApp call, through a FaceTime or any other way. Ensure I'm sure you will not understand the quality, but you will understand the magnitude, the quality parameters just by the feel of it. So ensure that you are having that digital visit, virtual visit to someone's plant whenever you are doing any sort of procurement. I think that will absolutely uplift the quality of the procurement you guys are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing that. Dr. Manjunatha, what's your take on this?
See, my take on is that the procurement team now has to adopt green procurement policies. And whenever they ask any supplier, like, do you have a certificate? You have a Griha certificate? You have a IGPC certificate? So unless you ask and demand the quality parameters from the suppliers, you are left with only inferior quality materials, and your construction also will suffer. Don't just go by the price of the product. Always price. Always try to bring down the price every time. Don't go by that parameter. Look at quality, look at consistency, the manufacturing process. As Pankaj is telling, that virtual tours are available now. So you can virtually see. Today I had gone to an approval of government. So they were telling me, I want to visit the plant. Till such time I will not approve. I told them, why you want to visit the plant? I gave a digital video of my plant. Look at this plant. Okay. Because you don't have time to come. You keep my product approval pending for almost 1 month, 2 months and all, till you have a time. Then where shall I go? Okay. I showed the video immediately and given the presentation. Immediately they approved the product. Chief engineer signed the paper. So we know about your company, your systems are well maintained. So the delay of the source approval visits, okay, when we upfrontly give the presentation, give the videos of our manufacturing process, that will suffice. Immediately they have approved and taken it forward. The delay, which would have caused 1 month delay in approving any product, it has just with shrunk to just few hours. So, like what I'm telling now, technologies are available. The digitalization is the way forward. We need to digitalize each and every process, every procurement process, where each and every product company is able to give all the data of their manufacturing process technology upfront, so that you can select the best one or two products, one or two companies to supply. Don't no need to go for 10 cement companies, 10 admixture companies, 10 steel companies to procure for a project. Negotiate properly with two to three. Three you keep maximum. Two is sufficient. Three you keep. Don't deal with 10 people, because your workload also will increase. Will not be able to take a proper decision. That's what I want to say in the forum.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all our esteemed panelists for this enriching discussion.